ComixFM brings to you a quick breakdown of the Superman trailer. At the start of the trailer, we see Lois Lane interviewing Clark as Superman. It's not clear if she knows his true identity, but since he's not wearing his glasses and that dorky hairstyle is gone, we can clearly say Lois knows. This is very reminiscent of the iconic rooftop interview scene from Christopher Reeve's Superman. They talk about Superman's dilemma of getting heat for acting unilaterally. He didn't care about political borders or permissions. He just stopped a war. We see Superman being targeted by Task Force X, led by Rick Flag Sr. We see Flag, Engineer, and Ultraman take Superman into custody, reminiscent of Man of Steel. Clark's interview with Lois goes on. He's proud to be a symbol for good. So proud, in fact, he ends up in a heated argument with Lois. He represents goodness and hope. That's what he stands for. This part echoes the TV interviews from Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, where people painted Superman as both a god and a fraud, even though he only tried to do good the only way he knew how. We then see Superman fighting a giant Kaiju and the Hammer of Boravia. These are entirely new and bring a fresh perspective to Superman's action scenes. Superman falls, and a regular man helps him up, symbolizing how human he is at his core. He's not omnipotent and has to gather a lot of strength to fight the Kaiju, much like in the Ruby Spears Superman animated series and the John Byrne run, where Superman didn't have godlike strength. The heartbeat in the background adds a beautifully human layer to Clark. The Engineer and Lex arrive at the Fortress of Solitude. It's not the first time we've seen the fortress rise from the ice, but this is a whole new take. The interior is completely revamped, giving it a fresh look. Also, this version of Lex is very reminiscent of Gene Hackman's portrayal, attacking the fortress, but he's far more cruel and ruthless. The Engineer destroys the robots in the fortress, tying back to the teaser where Superman was mourning his robot. We finally see Krypto in action. And yes, he's super, alright. As Jonathan Kent's voiceover kicks in, it feels much like the iconic dialogues from Superman Birthright, Man of Steel, and the Justice League flight scenes. The light behind Lois and Superman looks like a net constructed from Guy Gardner's ring. A power-hungry Lex is shown talking about Superman, embodying all the traits a true Lex Luthor should have. We get glimpses of the Kents caring for a wounded Clark, Clark being beaten by guards, and Metamorpho creating kryptonite from his hands. We then get a montage of Superman rising from the smoke, Max Lord's team helping him, Mr. Terrific with his orbs, Engineer and Superman fighting, and Lex crying out in rage. The next sequence shows Clark getting ready for a new challenge as Martha prepare his suits. This mirrors Superman for All Seasons by Jeff Loeb and the Man of Steel run by John Byrne. However, it seems that in this scene Jonathan is actually not there, but it is his spirit that is guiding Clark. Superman then flies straight into the face of a Kaiju. Though we've seen Superman fight a Kaiju in the Superman Man of Tomorrow animation from the Tomorrowverse, this is the first time in live action. We catch glimpses of Green Lantern and Hawkgirl fighting, Clark joking cheerfully with Jimmy, Cat Grant being her usual self, Superman battling in a stadium, throwing a table, probably in Lex's office, and Lex standing in front of Superman, sipping coffee with arrogance and defiance. Classic Lex Luthor style. Mr. Terrific and Lois break into the gulag where metahumans are caged, Metamorpho transforming, Superman fighting through a crumbling building, possibly underwater, and dodging a heat ray. This might be the part where he fights the Hammer of Boravia. Superman heals, kisses Lois, then soars straight up from the fire, flying right into the camera as people cheer for him. And right then, the Superman symbol appears, accompanied by the upgraded John Williams score. Post the title card, we see Krypto lying on Superman's chest on a bed. This brings back the cheerful part of Superman back to the big screens. Everything about this trailer screams hope, cheer, joy, and action, just like a Superman trailer should. This is a new age. Look up, people. It's Superman.